In this video, we're going to be working on finding the area and perimeter of a compound shape where our sides are given to us by algebraic expressions. All of these sides are given to us in terms of x, so we will be obviously dealing with the variable x. Now notice there is a question mark here and there's a question mark here. We need to figure out the values of these sides. To do that, what we're going to be doing is, first of all, let's do something to help us visually in terms of highlighting. Notice that 3x minus 1 and this missing side, if we combine them together, we end up with this long side. Why? Because all of these shapes are based on 90-degree sides. This shape is actually made up of two rectangles. So, based on that, we have parallel sides, and the parallel sides also have equal measures when we combine them correctly. So in this regard, what we're going to be doing is we're first working on these two sides. And what that's going to give me is, let's write down the calculation. We know that question mark plus 3x minus 1 will be giving me 6x plus 4. So since this is what we have, what we're now going to be doing is we are going to figure out what is this question mark. Now, just like they combine to give me the blue highlight, we could do some subtraction to find what is remaining. So that now means that this question mark side, this one, is going to be equal to 6x plus 4, the blue side, minus the green given side, which is 3x minus 1. Which this will now mean that it's going to be 6x plus 4 minus 3x plus 1. And this gives me a measurement of 3x plus 5, which now means this is equal to 3x plus 5. This is done using this method. Now let's move on to our next part. In the next part, we need to figure out the measurement of the orange highlights. And this orange highlight is going to be made up of my two pink highlights using the same previous rule. In this case, we need to combine the two pink highlights, which means we will not be using subtraction, but we will be using addition. So now this is going to mean the question mark right here will be equal to 2x plus 4, which is this pink side right here, plus this pink side right here, which is x plus 5. Now what we receive is 3x plus 9. So this orange side is equal to 3x plus 9. And that is it in regards to this calculation. So our orange side is going to be 3x plus 9, and our this green side right here is 3x plus 5. To continue with this question, we are going to move to step 2, which requires us to find the perimeter. So keep in mind, we need these measurements which we found in step 1. This long one is 3x plus 9 and the short one's 3x plus 5. So now we're gonna go ahead and put our 3x plus 9 here and our 3x plus 5 over here. This step asks us to find the perimeter. So the perimeter is going to be made up of the sum of all these sides. Why is it the sum? Well, keep in mind, what did the perimeter mean? It is referring to us just walking the distance of this whole shape. So we start right here. This is our start, which also means it is where we end. So it is also the finish. We have to make sure we travel all along the shape, going through all the sides and walking the distance required. Now, let's go ahead and concentrate on the values which we are going to need, which are the measurements which we already found previously. And to find the perimeter using those, what we just do is just add up all the values. So the perimeter is going to be equal to the sum of all the sides. Let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be, I'm going to start right here. So this is 3x minus 1 plus the next one, 2x plus 4, plus the next one, 3x plus 5, plus x plus 5, plus 6x plus 4. Now, unfortunately, I've run out of space, so I'm just going to write the last part under it, plus 3x plus 9. Now, notice how many sides do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should see 6 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now all we have to do is actually do the calculation, which means adding like terms. So this would mean I'm going to add my like terms which are the same next to each other. I'm just going to write all the x's next to each other and all the constants next to each other. This is 3x plus 2x plus 3x plus x plus 6x plus 3x. This is going to end up with me having all my x's all glued to each other in terms of just written back to back. And next is my constants, minus 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 9. And all I have to do is the appropriate calculation now. 3 plus 2 is a 5. 5 plus 3 is an 8. 8 plus 1 is a 9. 9 plus 6 gives me 15. Plus 3 means I end up with 18x. Now for the constants, minus 1 plus 4 is a 3. 3 plus 5 is an 8. 8 plus 5 is a 13. 13 plus 4 is a 17. And 17 plus 9 ends up with me having a 26. And that is it in regards to my perimeter. This is my final answer. It is 18x plus 26. Last up is my area. Now keep in mind, these values which we found earlier are going to be necessary right now. 3x plus 9 and 3x plus 5. This is 3x plus 5 and this is 3x plus 9. To find my area, the main thing I have to take into account is I need to separate my shape into two rectangles or a rectangle with a square. One way or another, it doesn't matter, but I need to make this separation. Why? Because this separation is the trick to my question. Now, when I make this separation, I see that this is one of my rectangles and this is my other rectangle, which means I need to find the area of each rectangle. And the area of each rectangle for rectangles is always given by length times width, and for squares is given by side times side. Now, the sides which I need are going to be the following. This is one measurement I need, so this 3x minus 1 is a necessity. And this is another one. So this 3x plus 9 is a necessity. For the other one, this measurement is important, so I need my x plus 5. And this measurement is important, so I need my 3x plus 5. So I use the x plus 5 and 3x plus 5. The other two measurements do not matter. Why? Because those dimensions are not being considered. When you do this, each rectangle needs two dimensions, and you would originally have 6 values. Out of those 6 values, you will only be using 4 of them. The other two do not matter, do not worry about them. Now, let's start. This is the first rectangle. Its area is just going to be the length times width, which is 3x plus 9 times 3x minus 1. And, which means I need to add the other rectangle, whose dimensions are x plus 5 and 3x plus 5. These are the only things I take into account. Now, some expanding is required to be able to complete this calculation. Now, what's going to happen is I have to expand this statement which I created. We start first times first. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times minus 1 is minus 3x. 9 times 3x is 27x. 9 times minus 1 is a minus 9. For the next one, the same procedure is going to happen as well. We put a plus right here. We do x times 3x, which is 3x squared. Then x times 5, which is 5x. 5 times 3x is 15x, and 5 times 5 is a 25. Now, we just need to find our like terms and do the correct addition and subtraction operations. 9x squared is here, and I find the other x squared, which is 3x squared. Then I do minus 3x. I'm just writing all of my terms in terms of x, so minus 3x plus 27x, as well as 5x and 15x. Lastly, I take my constants, which are minus 9 plus 25, and I need to now reduce, which means I need to combine the like terms. 9 plus 3 is 12x squared. Minus 3 plus 27 is a 24. 24 added to 5 and 15, 5 and 15 being a 20, 24 and 20 is a 44. Obviously x. And then 25 minus 9 just ends up with me having plus 16. And that is it in regards to how to calculate these. This is the area. And this value here was my perimeter. And on this page, we figured out how to find our missing values.